Hey, so we're going raw video here. I've been talking to ChatGPT. I've been doing a lot of different stuff here on the update channel, obviously. It is that time of year where I go to reflect and I think about, nobody's buying anything largely right now. So it's a great time for me to think about what went well and what didn't go well. And kind of like, I got a lot of like mental problems that I need to fix moving into this new year here. So, that is what we're doing right now. You're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of it, the thick of all of this. So we're over here in ChatGPT, and I put in to set the scene a 40-minute voice memo, kind of explaining everything that has. I just sat down, I recorded it on my Pixel to the recorder. It gave me the transcript right away. And I said like 40 minutes of basically the last 7 years of my life. And I'm not going to rehash all that right now, but I just dropped that in. I was like, hey, give me some ideas, some thoughts, etc. And it pretty much told me that I'm an asshole. No, I mean I kind of am, but I actually dropped it into ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and Gemini, and ChatGPT is still the best. I don't know if it's just the way that I use it because I have the most context, etc. But I still like ChatGPT the best for kind of like thinking like this and it giving me like good like feedback as if it's almost like a person or a therapist or a business coach. And largely, it's just telling me that I've built a lot of things and I have a fantastic like personal brand and a large service area. Because that's kind of how I was mentally kind of like expressing everything. But ultimately, I haven't created offers very well in the past, and I'm starting to do it a little bit better now, but it's still not great. And that's what I want to do. So I figured the next good step, instead of me dicking around with more of the branding, and when I say branding, I mean like branding and kind of like pseudo positioning, but never offers. Like for some reason, I just don't do that. I just like focus on how people see me and how people, where people can find me, and which is all important, but if people can fucking find you and they don't have an offer, you don't have something to sell them, then it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is pretty much what all this was. And I was like, you know what, let me I asked it like, for reference to get the context, what do you know about do you know about the offers that I already have? And it kind of said a few different, things that we're working on here. But basically what I want to do is just like a work session of just literally sitting here and showing you how exactly I do this. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let me just go through like my things that I know, like the assets that I have, QuickBooks or what have you, and I will just express to you all of the offers that I've had in the past. And then you can tell me, we'll do an audit. So like it kind of is giving me the plan for the audit here, basically. Just offer, whatever the budget is, frequency, time, whatever. And I thought this would be a good exercise. So I could be like, this is everything that I've ever, because this is my problem. This is everything that I've ever taken money for, all of these different things. I know I can do all these things. I know I can fill all these things. I know I can delegate them, et cetera, whatever. The money that I've made, right, is wrapped in these offers, but there's too many of them. They're too complex. They're too custom, and there's no standardization whatsoever. Need to get away from that. So let's do a quick audit, because the problem is that anytime I've had a thing generate an offer for me, I don't feel good enough about it. I don't feel like this is something that I actually want to sell or can sell or like am even like willing to try to sell. So that's a problem. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are at here. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of like speak into this and kind of you can stick around and watch how I work with AI. I think this is extremely valuable because I think a lot of people don't realize that you can use AI like this and really just like dissect your own mind. So let's do it. All right. Okay. So here's the thing. I just went through my QuickBooks and I got it all up to date for the end of the year here pretty much. And what I'd like to do here is I'll go through and I'll explain a bunch of the things that I've taken money for in the past. But here's the thing though, like we have to preface slightly, right? So I have two entities. I've always thought about it in two entities like this. I've thought about Szymanski Media and I've thought about previously Find a Tech, but now Motive11, right? So the first thing is as we start this audit, it has always operated in those two formats. Everything else that I've tried like hasn't made any money. So, but like there is literally two pipelines there. and I will explain the offers and all of the ways that I've taken money in detail. But just so we understand at this point, from an audit perspective, there's been two lanes. There's been Szymanski Media, which is any sort of like, again, I'll tell you the high level stuff. It's affiliate revenue, ad revenue from like YouTube, consulting revenue, which is, I see consulting as like talking to other, mainly like peers, like people that are like thinking about like DIY, like they could book some time with me as like a, you know, an educator and like a consultant, right? Like directly to me. Also sponsorship money, like sponsored content has gone in that bucket. And, um, and also now like digital products. So I just started selling like sold my first course stuff. So like digital products is all in there. That's actually at a high level the entire way that business has made money. And I can share with you the breakdown of that, but that's that business. Find a Tech formerly, now Motive11. The way that that business has made money is way more like vast, but it's all been like very serviced, like service-based, service heavy. So it's been building websites in WordPress. It's been maintaining WordPress websites, like, so, you know, the typical like maintenance, like care plan every single month. We've done a very nominal, like 1 or 2 times, like ad management, like specifically for money. We've done it more, but like specifically for offer wise, like ad management of meta ads. So ad campaign setup and campaign there. We have, I didn't do the books yet for this one, so I didn't just remind myself of everything there. But we've done like some website tune-up stuff where, like, you know, it's a mess, so we have to kind of like fix some stuff. We've done, again, a ton of like custom web work, custom building of websites, custom like kind of fixing of websites. I'm trying to think of even things that we've like quoted, but again, it's largely been like somebody comes with an idea and we just like custom quote the thing, right? We've lost money because of that, or we've lost deals because of that. I've put offers out for like recurring ad management. Haven't really done like too much like SEO offers at all, but I mean, I think that's kind of like slightly bullshit anyway. I mean, like you can call it that, but that's not really what it is anymore. It's just kind of like brand building. I guess maybe I should check to see if there's anything else, but let's just start there. This is getting pretty long. What do you like? Let's just kind of set that scene and then we can get more information. So, I mean, it asked me for like a lot of stuff. Hopefully this works because that was a long prompt. I don't really like doing it that long in there sometimes, but you gotta be patient. Give it a second. Don't confuse it. While it transcribes that. Perfect. No, sometimes I like to copy this just in case. Just in case. Sometimes with the Windows app, it used to mess up so much, like so often when I would do that, it would like give me errors right here. But I switched to the web app. This is just a Chrome web app, and it's way better. All right, so this is a good pause point. Setting the scene locked in. My understanding, you're right. Historically, your revenue has only ever come from 2 lanes: Szymanski Media, and then affiliate revenue, ad. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's pretty much all the categories I have in there. And then this lane: audience first, leverage base, etc. It's jumping around a little bit. Motive11, custom WordPress, custom fixes, monthly maintenance care plans, some stuff here. Yeah, I think that's, again, high level. I think that's it. It could be all I need, but I want to give it more context so we know, like, the idea here is lay it all out so then it can help me decide, like, did anything actually work? Should we consider more things? Obviously we're trying to move into more of a like AI first offering for a lot of this stuff because we're not just going to be building websites. That's not the future. And yeah. All right, you distinct economic machines with different rules. I'm interested to see, why am I spitting? What the fuck? I'm interested to see what its thoughts are on this 2 economic model, because they could work in tandem, but I don't know if it's gonna really want me to do that. Or what it's gonna recommend. I'm not just gonna fucking listen to the thing blindly. Try to blend them is what's caused over confusion, etc. So we will not audit this Is all of your auditing just separate lanes inside? Okay. What we're not going to do yet, just be clear, we're not going to design new offers. Yeah, we're not doing any of that. How do we want to run the audit? Szymanski Media, full detail. It's cleaner. Full detail. Very specific. Only Szymanski Media for each revenue type in the lane. Give me the revenue type, rough total revenue contributed, typical price points, how it often happened, your honest energy cost, your instincts. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is cool. All right. So this is exactly what I wanted to do. So I wanted to kind of give it the high level and then, okay. So it's 2 lanes. This is really important. It's 2 lanes. And Szymanski Media is, again, those high levels. So why don't I just do this? Why don't we just get out of this, get out of this? I did it in all these other ones. I guess I could kind of like show you this real quick. Is all these are all over the place. Like this is just, I mean, I probably could have prompted it even a little bit better, but like Claude just didn't really give me a huge answer. I was even using like, was I using Opus? Yeah, I was using, I thought there was thinking as well. Maybe I thought I turned it on, but maybe not, but it just wasn't great. Grok actually was pretty good. You know, there's a decent amount of context here, kind of gave a plan. I wasn't really looking for a plan. I was looking for like reflectionary. This is like kind of the whole thing here is like, I'm trying to get to something that's like this, where we have some sort of semblance of a good strategy here to just commit to for the next like 3 to 6 months or something. And then Gemini was, relatively ass. Gemini pretty much just like synthesized everything that I had. It didn't really, which is whatever. And I have to stop saying it like that. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So I'm going to show you QuickBooks. Congratulations. Here we go. This is what it is. So, you know, I look at these numbers and I'm not really like happy about it, but then I think like, you know, based on last year to this year, like it's not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah, you know, I don't like talking about numbers. I actually love talking about numbers, but for some reason there's like a weird thing in here where it's like, maybe I shouldn't be showing this shit. But at the same time, like, truthfully, I don't give a fuck. And I'm not doing it to brag. I actually look at this and I'm, like I said, I'm not actually pleased with these numbers. Like some people look at them, but it's stupid. Some people look at them like, oh, it's amazing. Some people like, you're fucking broke. You know, this is just Szymanski Media. This is in the vacuum. Like you can kind of see this. I don't know how to say it. I'm definitely not bragging, I don't feel like, with these numbers, but here's the thing. This is how I'm going to anchor this every single time I talk about numbers from now on. I want to talk about numbers when I'm making a lot of money in the future. Hopefully, we will. But if I talk about it then, I need to make sure I'm talking about it now, because then nobody can ever say, oh, this guy's only talking about it because he made a lot of money. It's like, no, I'm telling you, when I made fucking last year with the Szymanski Media situation, where I made like $9,000 in like the, you know, from sponsorships and shit like that. And, you know, so this is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to try to obscure, I don't know. There's a weird line here. Like, I feel like this is fine as long as I'm okay with it. Like, this is fine, but then like probably shouldn't show like how much money each client necessarily paid me and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to not drill down into too much of this. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking gray lines. I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book. You ask me something, I'll fucking tell you. So anyway, I'm just trying to figure it all out, my man. So here we go. So this is like what it was. So this is last year. This is this year. So basically, I could probably take a picture of this and then just supplement with additional context in the thing. I don't really want it to do necessarily a business audit, but in a lot of cases, that's pretty, in so factor, that's kind of exactly what we're doing here. But we're just focusing on like the actual money part. We're not focusing on, I've already done too much the past few days, and just in general in my entire life, I've already done too much thinking about the branding side of things. And like, again, the surface area of where I exist and all that sort of stuff. This is, I'll just clean this out for a clearer view here. Also, I like the web apps because I can zoom in. All right. So, yeah, let's do another one here. So, okay. So let me look at your stuff here. I'm giving you a screenshot of the profit and loss for this year, as well as like there's a column for this year, a column for last year. Last year wasn't like, you know, a full year of really like trying hard to do it. 2025 is a full year. I mean, I acted like an asshole for most of it, but it was a full year of like trying. Plus, I will add, you know, Everything in here is money, like actual, obviously this is QuickBooks, so there's money that's coming in here. I will say that most of the money that came in, or there was a lot of value that was exchanged that wasn't money. Like there was there was events that I went to that that I was, that part of it or some of it or whatever part of it was paid for me going there to either speak or be a media partner. I don't know what those numbers are entirely. Um, but I mean, I went to about 4 or 5 events and they all like kind of range differently. I might be able to actually get a different screenshot for that. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, just note that there is some other stuff there. And I don't really want to necessarily, I'm gonna leave that there. That the audit is just the audit. I'm not gonna interject any sort of like emotion or, you know, desire necessarily just yet for doing or not doing. I need to like audit the whole thing and then go from there. Okay, so anyway, that's the revenue type. You can see how much, you know, obviously the first for 1 and 2, the things that you're asking me. Typical price points. So that's tough. Yeah, the courses are currently, all that data is pre-saled at $49 each. Sponsorships range generally, I don't know, dedicated videos were anywhere between, it's a hodgepodge. So dedicated videos were anywhere between like maybe like $900 to like, I don't know what the highest one I sold was, but it was still too cheap. I don't know, maybe like 2,500, probably not. I don't know, somewhere in there for dedicated videos. You know, integrations are anywhere between like 500 and like 1,500, something like that. Because again, like I tried to standardize it, but of course, like I have to fucking change my prices to make sales. And then calls, yeah, calls were probably in between the $100 and $200 situation. Ad revenue is just standard stuff from YouTube, and affiliate revenue is again just random, you know, depending on, you know, the products and stuff like that. So those are just kind of like niceties of making money from, they're super like passive in a sense of like I'm not actively offering that. There's no real way to do that. I mean there is, but not necessarily. I wasn't focused on that. How often did it happen? One off, occasionally recurring, scalable. I mean, I fucked this business up pretty bad this year. I worked really hard in the very beginning and I sold a lot, and then I stopped, and then I kind of sold a little bit more at the end because I got backlogged in the pipeline of actually fulfilling. So yeah, it was almost like seasonal in a sense, and nothing. Okay, is a big problem. Okay, big problem about this business. Nothing is recurring. That is extremely bad. So like that's why I've always like eyed like a community aspect, or eyed some sort of like something that's recurring, even like going to the course route. Like there's opportunities around that. Nothing here is recurring. Like there's no long-term sponsorship deals that I've set to this point. Like again, in the audit so far, there's no community thing. There's nothing that's recurring. That's just an issue. But it's all one-off in that sense. Your honest energy cost. I mean, I love doing a lot of the stuff. I mean, I don't like doing dedicated videos, but I love the concept of this business. I do enjoy helping people on consulting calls. I love making affiliate money and like talking about products that I actually enjoy. I love, you know, so it doesn't, not a lot of this feels draining. Like the course stuff. I mean, you know, I'd rather it be a little bit more, not like less structured, but like I'd rather it be more like creating content and just finding a way to make money from that. But again, like the highest energy cost of this is that it's not recurring. That's the problem. Because I look at the numbers and like this business has real expenses, and the other business, like at least it has recurring revenue to cover the costs. This one's not the same. So like it's, you know, like the bank account drains, and unless you put money back in, it go, you know, so that's a big problem with this business. And your instinct leaning to this, only if structured, not worth continuing. Yeah, I feel like I covered that like overall. Let me just give you this and see where we can go from here. Guys, I don't know if you're picking up on any of this. Please, for the love of God, I get so scared every time I hit that check mark button that it's not going to work. I don't know if you're picking up on this at all. I talk to this thing like it's a fucking human. Okay, it's really not that complex of a situation. It's not a human, but like talk to it like a human to give it the context that you can, like all the context that you can, and then just let it do its thing. It's very good at analyzing data and taking all this stuff in here. You don't need to be precise. You don't need to do anything. Like, just talk to it. Look at the stuff it gives you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this is gospel. I'm saying it's better than thinking and talking to yourself and like running in circles. You know what I mean? So, okay. All right. From P&L, total income, revenue. Okay. Income after expenses, 10. This business is profitable, fragile. Yeah. I mean, the other thing about the other thing about this is I spent more money, you know, spent a lot more money. I wish it was the other way around. It's very confusing, but I spent more money, obviously way more here, almost 3.5 times as much. Bought this beautiful camera setup, spent more money on software and all sorts of shit. So that's a huge thing, but like some of those things are not like necessary. I wouldn't say those are necessarily scalable. Like it's not like it's going to be, 3.5 times more next year for like the equipment or whatever necessarily. Like it definitely is definitely not a thing that needs to happen. Okay, so what does it say? Revenue breakdown, hard signal, sponsorships, primary revenue driver, low price, time bound, passive, under leveraged, passive small, new validated, non-core. That was like literally, I think that was literally credit card rewards. Sponsorships are carrying this entire business. Everything else is early, underpriced, or intentionally deprioritized. It's not value judgment. It's just arithmetic. Offer level signals. What the actual market is saying yes to. Sponsorships, proven demand. That's pretty good. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I think my hypothesis though is the problem here is that yes, this is a good signal overall that like I can drive sponsorships, and I know that, but I think the caveat to this, I'm not speaking into the thing yet, but like the caveat to this is that I am moving away from the people that like there would not at all, but there would virtually be no repeat sponsors. Like the whole client base that I have right now is probably not going to follow me into like a pure AI, not even pure AI, but just like that realm. Maybe not all of them. You know what I mean? So it's good that I can drive sponsorships, but it's mostly because of the relationships that I built, I feel like, in WordPress. So that's a slight concern, but I'm not worried about that because if you start making AI content, people are going to ask you for that. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't know. We'll have some opportunity for sure. I just don't want it to be the whole business, and because it's so exhausting, bro. It's so exhausting. You can't rely on other people's shit to make your business happen. You cannot do that. All right, weak signal but real. Price point. I guess this wasn't actually just calls either, but it was kind of like product consulting and stuff as well. Educational framing, signal medium, price, time, no compounding. People don't buy calls, they buy clarity, and you're selling it way too cheaply. Okay, that's good to know. Digital products, early validation, zero store baseline optimization, low but promising. Why this proves you can convert attention product without services. This is capability proof, not your revenue pillar. Okay. Background noise on this. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there are some higher signals like baked within the lines of this though. Like, I mean, if I talk about things that I actually use, care about, and promote properly, which I do, then at a higher frequency, it's real. Mathematically true, no opinion. All right, so zero recurring revenue. This feels bad problem. It's a cash flow volatility problem. This is a really big problem. I mean, it's like I feel bad for people that have never had a recurring revenue business. I have a small recurring revenue business, and it's still like it's taken. I mean, I can't imagine how much more I probably wouldn't be in business if I didn't have the legacy recurring revenue that I do, which needs fixed on the other business and this business. Revenue is concentrated but unmanaged. 70% of revenue comes from sponsors, yet no retainers, no bundles, continuity agreements. That's leakage. Okay. So what are we saying here? Revenue is concentrated but unmanaged. Yeah. You're underpricing the least scalable thing. Consulting is okay. That's good to know. That's a huge takeaway right there. Expenses are real, leverage is not. Yeah, but the model is still behaving like content vibes, occasional deals. Yeah. Yep. That's a good point. Even if they don't go up, I mean, this is still like, serious, shit. Okay. Szymanski Media already has a working monetization and it's just unmanaged. That's actually a good problem. What comes next? Clear scope. We're done with pass one. Pass Motive11. Same rigor, same honesty, same structure. For Motive11, we want total revenue, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Cool. All right. This was eye-opening. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna actually pause this video real quick and I'll come right back because I'm gonna go do the little bit of bookkeeping that I need to do, and then I'll get that into the same position because I didn't do that before this, and you won't see a break. So hang on a second. All right, I'm back. That didn't take too long, but I still manually bookkeep stuff, and I got to figure out a better way to automate that. But anyway, neither here nor there. What I try to do with that bookkeeping is actually like know so I could go to like the client, like profit and loss by client, know how much everyone. I'm not going to share that obviously in this video, but here's what we have. Okay. Again, same situation. Not very proud of these numbers, to be completely honest with you. Actually kind of pretty, again, I don't know if concerning is the right word, but it's like kind of just like not where I want it to be. So it's really, really great. But anyway, you know, this is, I just left a lot of meat on the bone. You can see like how much money came from like website management here, which is like website care plan. Like that's the recurring revenue. It's the bulk of the business. And I don't really know if I need to express much. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I'm actually going to bring this up. I'm going to drop this in here for us. And then I'm going to see if I can just kind of like start dictating and then switch back over to the other screen. Actually, maybe I'll do this maneuver right here real quick. And I'll just, I'll talk into here. You're not gonna be able to see behind my head, but I'll talk into here and I'll just express kind of like the same thing that I did the first time. All right, so here's the Motive11 profit and loss. You can see like this year, last year versus last year, et cetera. I mean, again, we're up. So, I mean, I can't be like too mad about it, actually, now that I see it, but it's not fantastic. From the, again, just forgetting all that, from the offers perspective, the offers of Find It Tech, traditionally now Motive11, it's been a lot of different things. It's been rooted in creating websites. So as you can tell from this sales breakdown here, website creation, we didn't really build many websites. I think we only built like one or two really, well, actually one website per year, like one larger-ish, not really that large, but like one website per year the last couple years, full-blown builds. The bulk of what we do comes from website management. The bulk, as you can see here, the bulk of it is like website management care plan, which is like, truthfully, that's like a $200 to $299 a month, thing that like people pay, that we just make sure everything's good, up to date. If there's changes, we'll make like little changes and stuff. I'm scrolling back to see all of the questions from the last thing. But yeah, so those are the revenue types. You can see there, ad management. We didn't do a lot of that. Ad management and ad setup, that's like, handling Facebook ads. And there's an opportunity for recurring revenue there, but if it's not there, then it's just not there. Fractional COO work is something that I was doing through, or I had, the opportunity again to do through Motive11, that was basically like, small businesses have terrible operations processes and they just don't have any of that squared away. So I was like, okay, I can definitely do this for people. So I've toyed around with that a little bit. Subcontracting work, that was just, actual subcontracting work for like development for another company. Website additions, That's like if like there's a project and it's too big for the monthly to be included in the monthly, so I just charge people to do extra stuff there. And website creation, like I already mentioned, it's kind of like I think it was like one and a half projects maybe, or like kind of like I don't know. Yeah, basically like I don't know, just like a little bit of website main creation work. So we're not building enough websites. Didn't build enough websites at all this year. And then website management, like I said, is pretty much just like kind of the upkeep of everything. So those are the affiliate types, how much I've contributed to each, total price points. Again, selling big websites for between like 8,000, 12,000 ish dollars. If, but again, I don't really know. I don't really feel like that's like, I really don't know if that's like a long-term scalable thing because I feel like that's kind of like the middle pricing. And I think you're going to get fucked here in the middle moving forward because there's like AI coming up. And then like we could do more complex things, but that means we need better quality leads and we need to do higher, not like do higher quality work because the quality is high, but then like it's just more complex stuff. So, basically to explain that to you, there's like one, um, there's like one, uh, there's like one website per year kind of in those website creation things. Again, like 8,000, 12,000, or whatever. And the management, I said how much that costs. Anything else that I needed to say? It's actually hard to answer the typical price points over here because everything's been so custom. I've literally been like just shooting from the hip kind of on a lot of it. So that's hard to decipher. And then again, I talked about how often it happened. Most of the stuff's one off, but there's the recurring revenue. And then I mean it's obviously from an energy drain, it's relatively draining. It's not draining like the recurring is fantastic. I'm just gonna fucking say it how it is. Like it's amazing. Like it's low touch points. Like it's just they pay, their shit stays online. That's great. I just don't really think like it's super sustainable long term because I do feel like 250 is like a lot of money to ask from somebody. It's not a lot of money to ask for somebody, but it's there needs to be like more perceived value, I feel like I've been sliding under the radar a little bit with some of that. Um and it's just I don't know about that. Um so yeah, I don't know. On the energy drain though, like his business isn't highly energy draining, but it's obviously not that profitable either. Like it's not more than the other one, but it's not generating as much as I needed to. And my instinct is on a lot of the stuff is that a lot of it. Well, here's the instinct in the last bit is like it. I know that this could work. It's just I don't know how to make both of these things work together. The content side and this side. I don't know how to decipher my time or delegate my time. I don't know what to delegate necessarily. I could use AI for a lot of things. Plus, as you can see from this, there's two other things real quick. There's the Motive11 audit offer, which I'll send a picture of that landing page right now, which has basically been sold to like kind of like one person or like pitched to one person, hasn't even been bought yet. So that's like another offer that like I've been toying with here based on, ChatGPT like brainstorming and stuff. And then the other thing is AI agents. Like I have that literally sold or I have that literally built and basically ready to be sold, but then it was like not really a great situation for the client that I was working with there. So there's all these things, but I would call all this stuff mostly legacy. Like I would can still continue to do it, I guess, if it's viable, but it's just I really don't want to be here. I don't think this is where the future is, and I don't think that this is something that like is like the thing to worry about the most. I think it's much more of like AI workflows, AI things that I've already done and like are really really like much more ROI positive to sell to businesses. So in addition to this, I would say AI workflows, agentic workflows, and just sort of any sort of like automation, mainly on the back end or with lead gen. But I have no idea for pricing or anything on that because I am just starting to mess around with that. Please, please do not fuck up this transcript. Please. This is literally how I work. Um, you know, part of me thinks like, it's concerning that I'm not like thinking a lot anymore, but I'm still thinking a shit ton, you know, and I'm looking at what the thing is kind of like helping me kind of go through. And, you know, I think it's not, I think we're all right. So this is the Motive11 website, right? And this is the start here page. And I'm just going to screenshot this and also put this in here and get rid of this. Thank you. Go in here. Yeah. I mean, again, my problems are, I don't know. Let's see what we got. All right, I've got enough to signal now, do a real audit, not just reflect back numbers. I'm going to put it in 5 paths. Okay, I like that it started to do this. I think it's done this with like 5.2, where it's a little bit more, tells you exactly what it's going to do. Motive11 year to date, top line reality, profit margin 50%. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. Really? Really? I mean, that's low, but 50%. I didn't think about that. What was the profit margin of the other one? Ass? I mean, everybody's operating at fucking 99.9% fucking margins in the info space, and I am not. Yeah, that's not good. That's like 33% or whatever. All right, anyway, back down here. Oh, still going. Wow, look at this. All right. Scroll. Where are we? Okay, let's review. Feels bad because of the trajectory, not the performance. Distinction matters. Okay, website management, huge part of this. Motive11 is not a web agency. It's a recurring maintenance business with occasional projects. You didn't choose that. The market did. Okay. I disagree with that. I mean, I didn't fucking sell any websites. So, I mean, that's, you know, that's not, you know. Offer level true. What buyers actually paid for. Let's strip away the brand. The clients are being paid for. They're paying you to keep their site online, keep it from breaking, handle this. Innovation strategy. They are buyers reducing risk, not upside. That's why it's going to feel as high to you, but the clients don't complain. Churn is low, boring value. I mean, the churn is low, but I've had it. Not everyone is paying that, and I had some churn marginally. So, website management, real but capped. This is your strongest Motive11 offer by far. Why it works. Clear outcome. Why it feels bad. No leverage beyond time. Yep, truth. This is infrastructure outcome, not ambition income or infrastructure income. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to get rid of this fucking money. I'm just trying to like diversify a little bit or like find this. Website creation, structurally dead middle. Your instinct here is 100% correct. You are, I love it when it glazes me, but actually it's kind of annoying to be honest. You are stuck in the worst pricing band. Too expensive for DIY AI tools, too cheap for serious work systems. You built one site per year with heavy cognitive load. I mean, again, I should have told it explicitly that I didn't do any like real outreach. And I didn't do any outreach, and I didn't do any like inbound type content that would signal inbound, you know? Verdict: this offer does not deserve to persist as a primary offer. Interesting. What offer are we specifically talking about? Just website creation in general. Okay. Okay. Fractional COO, noise. These are not offers. They're situational monetization. They prove competence. I'm so interested in where it's going right now. You're this isn't the future instinct, correct but incomplete. You're right about one thing. Pure website work is not the future, but you are wrong about where the pivot starts. Pivot doesn't start with AI agents, automation, offers, etc. It starts with upgrading what clients are already paying you for. The trust is the entry point, not the product. AI automation and systems only work when work commercially when the buyer already trusts you. Scope is constrained. Try to sell AI workflows cold. It's how you create custom projects. Unclear. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's gonna probably sell me on like productizing the AI workflows. The Motive11 offer verdict. This is decision. I'm going to classify everything in 4 buckets. Persist, but downgrade emotionally. Website management, care plans. This stays. Okay. No growth expectations. Okay. Support only, never front door. Website creation, website addition, ad setup, etc. If they don't qualify, they don't buy. Okay. Incubate. Okay, what did that say up there? Support only, incubate, AI automation, agentic workflows. If these are not offers, they're prototypes. They become offers if you sell 3 or 4 at real prices to real businesses. I mean, they're definitely sellable. It's just like, can I sell them, I guess? Kill it as explicit offers. What the fuck is this gonna tell me to do? Okay, fractional CO. Okay, I mean, yeah. I didn't really ever have it as a true offer. I've never had any true offers, to be honest with you. Okay, that's pretty much everything. So, real intention. You said this, and it's important. I don't know how to make the content side and this work together. Here's the truth: they're not meant to merge. They're meant to hand off. Szymanski Media, Motive11. Try to blend them is where everything feels muddy. Where to go next? This is the fork. You can now even have 3 clear options. Conservative. Keep Motive11 stable. Incrementally test audits. Plus AI behind the scenes. Grow Szymanski Media as the primary upside engine. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Aggressive. Freeze website builds entirely. Turn audits into the only Motive11 front door. Use maintenance as backend monetization model. Hybrid. Maintenance stays. Builds become rare. Audits become the front door. AI workflows become implementation, not the product. I will not push you towards one yet. What I want to do next, be very specific. Before we decide anything, I need one last question. Which feels urgent right now? Stability or upside? What the fuck does that mean? Holy fuck. This is not where I thought this was going to go. This is actually going to be a better video than I thought. I'm actually perplexed, to be completely honest with you, with what it's trying to tell me right now. It's not really giving me, it's giving me an audit, which is good, but it's not really giving me a proper audit on like what I'm. Okay, I just got to talk to the fucking thing. There's no sense in me talking to myself ever again, to be honest. Okay, so I'm kind of confused on where you're headed with this, but I like it because I don't want this to be necessarily completely predictable. So this is good, I guess. I need more clarity though. When you say like stability and upside, like, I mean, let's zoom out. Okay, you see the numbers, right? You see the numbers. So what the wrap up on those numbers is roughly just the straight up numbers is we didn't even hit 100K in revenue. I guess we're ahead in both numbers, I think. Yo, just give me real quick, forget that for a second. You do the work. Give me the breakdown from what you saw there. Just give me the year over year breakdown on both of them. Profit wise and revenue wise, and just tell me how much like we're up with the in cumulative of both of the businesses. I don't know why I mean, it's not apparently perfect at math, but like, I mean, I guess I could just go look, but why would I even do that? Realistically, here's the situation. The way that my life works is that I have a holding company that owns both of these businesses, but ultimately the way that I personally make money outside of like selling, like random shit that I'm using that I'm not using anymore or whatever, like these are my primary. I don't have a job. Okay. So this is my fucking life. My wife has a job currently, but like I want to replace that. I want to do a lot of other things. So I have to zoom out to even understand what the fuck it's asking me there. But this right here is what I want. I'm going to assume these numbers are correct. I feel like they're correct, right? So so combined in 2024, really? Is that what I made? I have a video actually. I have a short saying how much I made. Is that how much I made last year? And this is how much I made this year? Cuz this is not, I don't like this number, to be completely honest with you. I really don't, especially when I see fucking 14-year-olds making fucking this in 35 seconds on the internet. But I'm not going to compare myself to those. But it's annoying. But this is actually, if I look at it like this isn't, I'm not hating this from a revenue perspective. And like, this isn't good, but because here's the real reality, right? Like, I have to pay taxes on it. Like, I am impoverished, okay, as a single earner here. This is not good. This cannot persist. So that's not good. That's not a good number. It's better than this number. Not great though. And we're trending in the right direction. So I'm not going to get hung up on this. But my whole point is like, in order to answer the question, whatever the fuck it just asked me, the, the we need to increase revenue. Like that's which increases income. Like, or we could save money because somebody would look at. I know already. One of you guys possibly, if you've watched this long, you probably looked at my numbers on Motive11. You're like, what are you fucking spending $7,000 a year on hosting for? It's like because I have grid pane $3,000 a year, and then I have fucking vulture servers, multiple vulture servers, because in the beginning and even now, like I don't mix a bunch of shit on the same server. It's expensive. Like it could be cheaper for sure, but like the opportunity cost of me dicking around going and doing that versus trying to make more money now, I'm starting to realize I should probably just make more fucking money because that's not that much actually in the grand scheme of things. So yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I did that because is this right? It has to be right. I mean, I got the numbers from there, but anyway, I don't know. I'm happy with this. I'm not happy with this. I mean, I'm obviously not happy with this entirely, but I'm happy like that we're trending. Okay, whatever, fuck it. Anyway, so the objective truth with zero spin, your meaningful year. We're not there. Okay, we're not. Yeah, we're just not at the rate. Yeah. Okay, all right. So okay, appreciate you giving me that roll up there. Okay, so going back to your other question that you asked me, like upside or stability, I don't really know exactly what you mean by both of those things. I mean, it'd be great if you could like define them or what have you, but I mean, here's the reality, okay? I don't even need to answer the question directly or know what that means. I'll just tell you the situation. I am 6 months away from having a child and wanting my wife to not have to work so she can raise our child. And these are the numbers that we're looking at here. Like we own a home, okay, with a $70,000 mortgage. We own a car outright and we lease another car. And, I'm not going to, we don't need to divulge the entire, I mean, I would honestly, but we don't need to divulge the entire, financial situation here, but we have we have some retirement stuff, but we're not saving enough money. We're not investing enough money. We're barely making enough money necessarily to make that happen. Because obviously, who the fuck could possibly live off of those numbers? Especially after you pay tax on that too. So like right now, there's like two incomes, and like we're not impoverished by any means. But my point is like just thinking about this as a human that needs to continue to increase revenue, like that's the main thing. So I don't really know what we mean by stability or upside, but I think we need to generate more revenue. So if you need to ask me more questions on that, ask me more questions. Yeah, this is money, money. That's the answer. It's always the answer, apparently. It's kind of cool. It's kind of bad. Define, okay. Stability is predictable, recurring, boring. Okay, I see what it's saying now. It kind of changes the answer. Okay, your life situation, business requirements. Stop pretending that you are 6 months away from having child, planning for single household income, currently sub before tax. Yeah. Revenue cannot depend entirely on one-off projects or rather sponsorships, seasonal bursts, etc. Your problem is not choosing between stability. Your problem is not currently have enough stability to pursue safe. Okay. 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 So that's not A or B, it's A then B. Okay, what is A? Is that stability then upside? How much monthly revenue do you need minimum for your wife to stop working if you not feel like you're at the knife's edge? Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I said 30K a month. I did that math, I thought. 30K a month. Well, it says revenue, so I would say that's a good so I did the brief math a couple months ago, and I was like 30K a month in revenue was my target to kind of answer that question. what would be like if it's 30K per month revenue, can you just like estimate? I don't know how we would estimate necessarily, but like obviously tax, I live in Pennsylvania in the United States. Like, I don't know, just like rough tax down. Like, how much am I bringing in, I guess, at that point? And honestly, I don't know. I feel like that's feels like orders of magnitude more money than I'm making now. So I don't even know. And I don't know minimum. I thought that was the minimum. That's probably not the minimum. That's probably like a little breathing room. But I don't know. I don't know what the minimum fucking number is. I mean, I could go look, but it's probably it's hard to fucking know how much a child costs. I'm sure it costs a lot. Everybody says it costs a lot, so I don't know. Did I hit 7K a month? Like roughly, right? Was that accurate? Was 82? What is 82 divided by? Let's see here. 82,000 divided by 12. Yeah, right around 7. Ain't too bad, you know what I mean? I mean, it's bad, but it ain't too bad. You know what I mean? I could be worse. For sure. We could be $7,000 worse per month. Okay. 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 Federal income tax rough, self-employment, PA conservative, all-in tax estimates. Let's stack it. Okay. We don't need to go this in depth. Could have just given me a number on this one, but that would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, how do we do that? Have I achieved what I was trying to achieve in this video? I've audited. This is the problem though. I need offers. The whole thing I was doing was trying to audit my offers and just honest to God, I'm at the point now where I've tried this before, but now it's got way more context. I just want to tell this thing, just give me a fucking offer to sell. Based on everything you know about me, give me the most, like just give me the 1 to 3 offers or whatever it is. Tell me exactly what to do and I'll do it for 6 months and I just will shut the fuck up and I will just do it. And then we'll see what happens. You know. Design 2-layer plan, first floor, then upside. Okay, what are we doing here now? Back calculate exactly how many clients offers. Okay, design 2-layer floor plan or pressure test whether 3,300 is overkill for now. We don't need that. I don't know what first floor then upside is. I kind of just wanted to do what I just said. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's great context. I'm at the point now where I pretty much just want to commit to something for the next 6 months here. It's probably what I should do. So I should probably say everything that we've done to this point is if I just assumed everything that I have done to this point, that I've tried to this point is legacy, then I need the simplest yet most effective plan that for the next 6 months, I have to force myself, no matter how fucking annoying it gets, unless it's literally not working at all or something. Like I literally have to force myself to just follow it because I'm not very good at just following shit that I don't like, but I have to do it for literally for everything, for family and everything. I have to do it for the next 6 months and I have to force myself to follow whatever the content strategy is and whatever the offer strategy is. It's really that simple. It's like have to have an offer, have to create content or outreach, but mainly content. I think content is the king. I mean, like I have the gift. It's, it's the structures there. I mean, that's what we need to do. We just need to do that. but we need to do it in a way where it's actually going to move people towards whatever our offers are. So you have all the context now, okay? I'm giving you basically free reign to say, like, we're not going to throw shit away that's like working, like the management. I'm not going to fire all my clients tomorrow because like that I don't think that makes any sense to just throw money away like that. But like I have stuff that needs delivered still, that needs to take place, that I'm working through still. But all of the other shit, like, it needs to be, any content that I make from now on needs to drive people towards actual specific offers. And that's really the whole reason I want to do this audit, was now you have all the context, you have everything that's kind of worked, hasn't worked, whatever. Based on your assessment, what do you think? How do you think I should set up my ecosystem to make fucking money reliably and sustainably? What are the offers that I should have? Is there like a tiered thing? Is it like a ladder? Is it like, it shouldn't really be separate like, you know, we've talked about this. So whatever. What do you think, based on all this, is the offer structure, and then the way in which I drive leads to it? I would encourage you to do this with your business, especially if you're not making shit money. If you're making shit money like I am, and have had notoriously terrible fucking offers for your entire business existence. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty helpful. You do have to stop at a certain point, though, which we are going to be stopping here very soon. Then you have to go do the actual fucking work. All right. 6-month plan. Cool. I'm actually really interested to see what it says here, because I'm not kidding. I might adapt it a little bit here, like tweak it, because I'm not just going to listen to the whole thing right out of its word for word. But you do not change the plan unless it's clearly objectively failing. Okay. Well, I'm not going to know how that is failing, but okay. Not on board. Not a sauce. Okay. All right. So failing means you're executing it consistently for 60, 90 days. There's no movement in leads, calls. Okay. All right. Core diagnosis. You don't have a sales problem. You have a clarity and sequencing problem. I would agree with that. The fix is fewer offers, clearer ladder, content that pre-qualifies, not entertains. Yep. All right. The content. Also, the other problem is that I don't know if it's going to reference this, but I've clearly fucked up my audience situation. It's been the biggest problem the last 2 years, because like now I've split audience and all that, but I think we can fix that here with this. So let's see what happens. The ecosystem. This is fine. You are going to run one ecosystem with 2 brands, one economic flow. This is like this. Content, Szymanski Media, clarity and authority, paid diagnostic, recurring high-end ticket, backend. Okay. Kind of confusing. Not really sure how this makes money. Because in the way it works right now, it has to make money. If you were doing this on your own, in like a redesign, it doesn't necessarily have to make money, but the way I have it right now, it would have to make money. So we'll figure that out. You're allowed exactly 4 offers. Everything else is legacy, fulfillment only, or dead. Cool. Free, top of funnel, the rule. It's not about growth hacks. It's about sorting people. What it is: a single opinionated free asset, one clear promise. Clarity, not learn everything, not AI future, not here's a framework. Why most businesses don't have a revenue problem, they have a systems problem. Okay. This could be a short email series, a long form, whatever. I kind of already have this, I feel like, in that image. It's not very good, but short email series, short long form video. Okay. All content points to this, no exceptions. I mean, obviously this is basically a lead magnet, which I have a ton of ideas for what to do there, but that's, we'll deal with that. Paid diagnostic front door. It's the most important decision. This becomes the only thing you will actively sell. Okay. I feel like it's hard to sell, but I'll try to sell it, I guess. Maybe it's because I've only tried one time. So, all right. You do not pitch builds, retainers, customized pricing on the call. The audit is the product. If they want anything else, audit first. I mean, okay. Down to do it, I guess. Implementation, retainer, backend. This is not public. This is not marketed. It only exists after the audit. 2 options max. You choose one or both. Systems retainer, fixed implementation, sprint. Systems retainer is 2 to 4K a month. Ongoing execution, oversight, automations, tools, fixes, etc. Where it actually lives. I have no idea how to sell a retainer. I don't know how anybody is selling this or making money from this. I don't understand how you could possibly be giving this amount of money to somebody. I know that's a small money thought there, but I'm saying, like, I don't know how you could be giving people money to not do anything. Like, when it's pitched like this, like a web care plan, objectively small amount of money, not really like anything like that. This is like a actual fucking like retainer model. I don't get it, but fuck it. I'm sure I could sell it somehow, I guess. Fixed implementation sprint. This is basically fixing systems. Okay. Legacy stability, hands off. This is not an offer you sell. Website management, active promotion. This is your financial floor, not your future. Okay, this is all the stuff that was on there before. What you're not allowed to do for 6 months, you do not add new offers, rename offers, create AI services pages, sell one-off consulting calls, take random custom projects, build just one more thing. Doesn't fit the ladder, doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm selling audits. Got it. Content strategy, this is where you win. You do not need more content. You need a content with a job. Every piece of content must do these. Name a painful truth, disqualify the wrong person, reframe the problem, point to the audit as the next step. That's it. Content cadence, realistically, you're okay. 2 to 3 per week on whatever. From each, cut clips, post casually, no perfection. You never need to ask, yeah. Interesting. Okay. I mean, obviously everybody and their mother fucking does this exact thing. This is not innovative at all. Apparently it works. 8 audits per month. Okay. Okay. I don't really see that as recurring, but all right. Massive reach virality. Okay. Why this fits you is because your clarity conversations, you hate selling vague shit, your good diagnosis, you're respected as a thinker, already a thing. Okay. For the next 6 months, I sell clarity first, execution second, everything else is noise. All right, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do the rest of this right now. At least not in this video. I'll answer this question here. Do I want to lock this plan in? Exactly like this? I mean, I think it's obviously a solid plan. This is not a fucking, I'm not trying to figure out, I'm not trying to use ChatGPT to send somebody to fucking Neptune. Okay. Like this isn't that fucking, groundbreaking or earth shattering. Pretty much just need to do this, which I've already been going this route. I just need to do it more. It's just, everything's just still so fucking vague. You know what I mean? Like even this, like this is still vague. It's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? I don't know if this is actually really the right way to go with this part. The audit, I think the audit makes sense. I mean, like I need to know this stuff anyway. I'm going to fucking talk to the ChatGPT last time. Okay. Hey, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think this is bad by any means. I'm just like, as I'm reviewing it and thinking about it, and don't just change shit here, like actually tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. Like, the thing is, I look through this and I know that the audit is the way to go because it's basically paid discovery. It's the way to go. Nobody should ever be doing fucking free work because there's too many fucking variables for you to even like break ground on something, so to speak. So that makes total sense. The lead magnet thing, obviously, you got to give a bunch of free value away. You got to give something free away to get them like even on your list and nurture them. I'm trying to do that already. I'm just not committed to marketing that. So that's a fix. That's obviously a solvable fix. The only issue is like I have this 3 situation, like the implementation retainer. There's 2 big things. One, I still have no fucking idea how to sell something for like 4 grand a month, tell somebody that I'm going to work on it, whatever the fuck, like work on it every month and and get paid like whatever the amount of money is, regardless of the amount. Seems so foreign to me to think about that and so hard. Like it's great. Oh, give me 4 grand a month for basically doing, I'm not gonna say nothing, but like no idea what's going on. But the second thing is, so that's one problem that I don't understand. The second thing though is the option B, the fixed implementation sprint. I mean, that's effectively custom work. It's defined, but it's customed. And I don't, the other option here is to like actually just sell, I guess, productized flows or productized like things to businesses that you just implement, which maybe that could kind of go in the same thing. But yeah, I don't understand what that actually is or means. I feel like, option B there is still like incredibly vague and it's still incredibly custom. And if that's what we think we need to do, then okay. But I mean, I feel like isn't that like the same thing that I'm doing, just like a different service? Maybe it's better in a lot of ways because it's actually ROI positive, but let's see what we got here. Come on. Copy just in case. And we're going to wrap this up here after this, I think. Lead magnet. Yeah, okay. Obviously, I'm not even going to read that part. Undefined responsibility. This is a core trait of mine. Undefined responsibility. I really don't like that. It's a core issue. Let me break down 2 backends. The right to be skeptical. Most retainers are bullshit. That model would make you anxious and should correctly. Real retainer is not I work on stuff every month. It's I'm accountable for a defined outcome of staying true over time. That's a good way to put that. I never heard it put like that. Examples, not prescriptions yet. Your systems don't break. Your automations stay working. Your stack doesn't rot. Your tools align with the things you actually operate. Clients are not paying for tasks. They're paying you to think about this category anymore. Paying you to not think about the category anymore. Okay. Okay, that analogy makes sense with the management. Give me 4 grand a month to do what? For being on the hook for this so it doesn't silently fall apart. Okay. Better way to position it, I guess. Okay, option B doesn't sound like custom work. Partially right, but missing key distinction. You're right that a sprint is still custom. It's executed work. It's still work. Old custom work, what you hate, starts with what do you need? Scope merges, mid-project real starts from the audit findings. Okay, so it's paid discovery. I mean, like that's what it is. It's like that's how it would go then. I don't know how to distinguish between if it would be a retainer or if it would be a. I'm gonna ask that probably and then be done. Unless it answers. Specific system, identifying the audit, these constraints, it's hugely different psychology. Wouldn't make sense to just sell productized. Yes, eventually, not here. I agree with this logic. This is something Nick Sarive would not say to do. He would say to do it the other way. But right now, our make work is promising, powerful, not pattern complete. Okay, Sponge is a bridge. Most important correction I need you to hear is you're not wrong about one thing. This is crucial. Isn't this the same thing as what I'm doing now, but renamed? No. Starts with execution. This model starts with diagnosis. That's yeah, okay. I mean, if I don't know, I just have to see if the people are going to sell this. If people are going to buy this shit, it's really that simple. I mean, I think most people would. I think, yeah. I don't know. Okay, not final pricing retainer. It's we define exactly what the audit outputs. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that right now, but okay, I want to do. This is the last question for this session, though. Here, I do want to define the audit outputs. I think I've looked at it a little bit. We've looked at it a little bit already, but that makes sense. Question though is like, once the audit is done, how do I distinguish whether it's going to be option A or option B as far as retainer versus like a system, like a one-time thing, or is it like a mix of both? It's probably a dumb question. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but just curious while we're on the topic during this 100 or I don't know what, I'm losing my mind, an hour and 10-minute long video. Okay. Audit is not the sale tool. It's the sorting mechanism is company's problem primary. Okay. Ongoing systems risk retainer. Finite bottleneck. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I just need to, I guess, do more of it for myself, maybe, in a way, and also sell it. Yeah. Yeah. The next steps on this, I'm not going to do it right now. The next steps on this are hone in the lead magnet thing, figure out what the exact output of the audit is. Don't hone in the thing, figure out the audit outputs, and what the fuck was I thinking? It was literally like it was something else. I can't remember. Oh, well, I mean, like just to figure out what kind of content we're gonna make. Like, see, like exactly what the content needs to look like when I create it. Talk to very specific type of people that are having these problems, and I guess pray that it works. I don't know. Pray that some people fucking hit me up, buy the thing. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right. Business. Woo. Yeah. Awesome. All right, I'm done. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking tired. So I'm gonna go do some more work some other way. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I would encourage you to do the same, with your business. If you like, if you don't want to spiral into your own thoughts, you can spiral with the AI LLM telling you what to do. I think that was helpful. This is pretty much like last thing I'll say is just business is just fucking stupid. And I realize why a lot of people have fucking jobs because like they just don't want to do the shit that they have to do. And that is kind of it. Like you just have to like pick a fucking thing and just sell it. And regardless, I know you can still sell websites, but like I just don't, if I'm going to put in all of this fucking effort, I would rather be selling something that I know is like on the come up rather than is like kind of on the decline. Not even the decline, but like the it's not cool anymore, so to speak. It's not like the thing. And I'm not trying to hype sell or trend sell exactly. I just know this shit is so powerful. I'm fucking using it every day. So that's much more what I'd rather be kind of like heading towards while still, you know, using all the skills that I've amassed from just web in general and all that. But I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I guess we got to commit and make some money to feed our child. So yeah, grow up time. Turning 30 in a month and 8 days. So no time like turning 30 to reinvent your entire business to some degree and make a lot of money. Follow along. Appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you in the next one.